Liverpool rocked by shock twists on and off the pitch. Don't miss a second. Subscribe now for instant Reds updates, exclusives, and breaking alerts. News headline: ranking Liverpool replacements for Arne Slot as sack talk explodes and 9 huge names are linked. Despite winning the Premier League title in his first season at Liverpool, Arne Slot now faces an uncertain future at Anfield. Liverpool spent £440 million, €505 million, $600 million on new players in the summer transfer window, but they have had a difficult campaign and are winless in their last 4 Premier League matches. While the Liverpool owners are still backing Slot, contract talks over an extension have been shelved, and a managerial change may happen if the results don't improve. To that end, a trusted journalist on Tuesday claimed a change now appears certain this summer after what was described as a pronounced decline. We've ranked the candidates that have been heavily linked with the Liverpool job in recent weeks. 9. Steven Gerrard. Having made 710 appearances for Liverpool in his playing career, Gerrard has declared himself available to his boyhood club in any job they would require him in. "I'll be brutally honest with you. I'd help Liverpool in any department at any minute of every day. I'd help them with anything," he admitted. "I don't want Arne Slot to lose his job. I want him to fix this and turn it around and make Liverpool great. I was bouncing all over the city 4 or 5 months ago when Liverpool won the league. I'm a Liverpool fan. I want the best for Liverpool. But if Liverpool need me in any department at any time, I'll be there for them." The 45-year-old last worked for Liverpool in the role of under-18s coach and then won a lot of plaudits after leading Rangers to the 2021 Scottish Premiership title. But his managerial stock plummeted after winning just 12 of his 38 Premier League games at Aston Villa, and he also had an underwhelming spell at Saudi Pro League club Al Ettifaq. Appointing Gerrard would pull at the heartstrings of Liverpool fans, but they should be looking to hire a manager with a top-class coaching pedigree. 8. Francesco Farioli. After a disappointing spell at Ajax in the 2024-25 season, Farioli joined Porto in the summer and now has rebuilt his reputation. The 36-year-old has led Porto back to the summit of the Primera Liga with 17 wins in 18 league games, and sources revealed he has caught Liverpool's attention with his innovative tactics. But he might not be ready for the Liverpool job, as the Premier League is a big step up from the Primera Liga, as shown by Ruben Amorim's disastrous 14-month stint at Manchester United. 7. Oliver Glasner. Glasner has announced his decision to leave Palace at the end of the season and is among the early frontrunners to replace Amorim at United, but he has also been linked with a move to Liverpool. The 51-year-old delivered Palace's first-ever major trophy with a 1-0 win over Manchester City in the 2024-25 FA Cup final, and he also won the Community Shield by beating Liverpool on penalties. But his Palace side have averaged the second least possession in the Premier League this season, and it remains to be seen if his methods can translate into success at a top-level side that are expected to dominate possession. 6. Andoni Iraola. Since taking over at Bournemouth in the summer of 2023, Iraola has made the Cherries one of the most dynamic and exciting teams in the Premier League. He has also delivered results, guiding them to a club record points tally in the Premier League in 2023-24 before breaking his own record in the 2025-26 season. The 43-year-old has admirers at Anfield, but like Glasner, he also has no experience at any elite-level clubs and is yet to manage a squad of world-class stars and big personalities. There, I know that Liverpool are wary of taking a route whereby they recruit a manager from a smaller club and give them a chance on the biggest stage in a high-pressure moment, Team Talk insider Dean Jones said. There are lots of examples where it does not work to headhunt a boss from a smaller club. Making that leap and meeting expectations is extremely difficult because you get so little time to make your mark in comparison. 5. Roberto De Zerbi. De Zerbi spent 2 years in the Premier League with Brighton and forged a reputation as one of European football's most innovative managers. "He's a crazy guy, but I love him. I think he's the best manager I've ever had," Liverpool midfielder Alexis McAllister said. "It's the passion he gives for football. That's special. Then it's his ideas. The tactical side is amazing. He makes you feel good in the team. Since the first day I met him, he was amazing with me. That's why I said he was the best coach." The 46-year-old is now in charge of Marseille and could put more pressure on Slot when they play Liverpool in the Champions League on Wednesday night. Liverpool's sporting director, Richard Hughes, is reportedly a big admirer of the Italian, who has the self-belief and personality to take on the job at Anfield. 4. Julian Nagelsmann. After his impressive work at TSG Hoffenheim and RB Leipzig, Nagelsmann became the world's most expensive manager when Bayern Munich acquired his services for £21.7 million in 2021. He picked up a Bundesliga title and 2 DFL Super Cups before being sacked by the club, but has since done a brilliant job with the German national team. While the 38-year-old is unlikely to leave his current role before the 2026 World Cup, he could look to return to club management in the summer. 3. Jurgen Klopp. Klopp enjoyed a trophy-laden 9-year tenure at Liverpool, winning a Premier League title, the Champions League, the FA Cup, 2 League Cups, a UEFA Super Cup, and the FIFA Club World Cup. The 58-year-old left at the end of the 2024-25 season due to burnout and now is the head of global soccer at Red Bull, but he has left the door slightly ajar to a return to Anfield. I said I will never coach a different team in England, so that means if he returns to England, it's Liverpool. So yeah, theoretically, it's possible. I love what I do right now. I don't miss coaching. I don't. I do coach, just different, not players, and I don't miss it. I don't miss standing in the rain 2.5–3 hours. I don't miss going to press conference 3 times a week, having 10–12 interviews a week. I don't miss that. Liverpool fans would undoubtedly welcome him back with open arms, although he should only return when he regains his love for day-to-day club management. 2. Xabi Alonso. The second former Liverpool midfielder on this list, Alonso made a sensational start to his managerial career by winning an unbeaten league and cup double with Bayer Leverkusen in the 2023-24 campaign. Liverpool identified him as their top target when Klopp announced his intention to step aside in 2024, but he elected to remain at Bayer Leverkusen for 1 more season. The Spaniard then replaced Carlo Ancelotti at Real Madrid last summer, but still admitted that he is open to the prospect of managing in the Premier League. For sure, with English clubs and my former club, he said, but for the moment, this is my place, this is where I want to be. In the future, you never know what will happen. He won 24 of 34 games in charge of Madrid, but reportedly had a disagreement with Florentino Perez and has since left the club by mutual consent. Liverpool remain keen admirers of the 44-year-old, and appointing him could also help get the best of Florian Wirtz and Jeremy Frimpong, who played under Alonso at Bayer Leverkusen. 1. Luis Enrique. A triple winner with both Barcelona and Paris Saint-Germain, Enrique is widely regarded as one of the best managers in the world. He also has a good track record against Premier League sides, knocking out Liverpool, Arsenal, and Aston Villa en route to PSG's Champions League success last season. Then they beat Tottenham on penalties in the UEFA Super Cup and also recorded a 5–3 win against them in the Champions League earlier this season. He has now entered the final 18 months of his contract at the Parc des Princes, and he has previously admitted he'd like to manage in the Premier League. I have a special attraction. I would like to go to England to work, Enrique said back in 2023. I follow English football a lot, more than Spanish football. In the Spanish league, I do follow the biggest teams and little else. Do I see myself working in the Premier in June? No, the truth is that it doesn't. Do you know why? Because it is very difficult for it to happen. I'm not going to deceive you. I'm not going to go to any team in the Premier League. I would like to go to one that has clear options to do important things. While PSG are determined to keep him, the Liverpool job could appeal to the 55-year-old, and they should make him their top target if they decide to replace Slot.
News headline: Liverpool's transfer window run-in could see alternative to Marc Guehi sign and Mo Salah leave. With less than 2 weeks left in the January transfer window, Liverpool are yet to make any significant moves. There are less than 2 weeks until the transfer window closes, and there remains plenty of business still to be conducted in the Premier League. So far this month, Marc Guehi completed a switch to Manchester City to address their centre-back crisis, and Conor Gallagher has returned to the Premier League with Tottenham Hotspur. Liverpool are yet to enter the market in any real way to address their few problematic areas. The club had earmarked Guehi last summer, but his transfer to the Northwest was blocked at the last minute, and he stayed with Palace. Now he's joined City, Liverpool really need to set their sights on a new centre-back, with Ibrahima Konaté's future uncertain. Following the Mohamed Salah controversy before departing for AFCON, the Reds will be uncertain whether their star winger will be remaining around come the summer. At 33, Salah isn't going to feature in the team for years ahead, and it's crucial a top-quality replacement is brought in as quickly as possible. Here, Mirror Football examines the potential arrivals and departures in the forthcoming weeks. Potential arrivals: Alessandro Bastoni. The Inter Milan standout is currently the most prominent name linked as an alternative to Marc Guehi. An established Italian international, Bastoni is renowned for his elite distribution and signature diagonal long balls, traits that mirror Virgil van Dijk's playing style. Standing at 6'3", his physical profile perfectly matches the stature of Liverpool's current central defenders. Given his high ceiling, many expect him to adapt seamlessly to the rigors of the Premier League. Mickey van de Ven. Widely considered one of Europe's elite centre-backs, Van de Ven grew up supporting Liverpool and already shares a dressing room with Van Dijk, Ryan Gravenberch, and Cody Gakpo at the international level. At just 24 years old, he offers at least a decade of top-flight football and is viewed as a natural long-term successor to Van Dijk. While Spurs' recent struggles might make a move to Merseyside attractive to the player, whether Tottenham would sanction a sale to a direct rival remains a significant hurdle. Liverpool have been strongly linked with the teenage Ivory international, whose versatility allows him to operate effectively on either flank. Diomande has done little to hide his ambitions. During a TikTok live stream in November, he openly declared his desire to play at Anfield, stating, "I want to play for Liverpool. I'm a big fan." His arrival would represent a long-term project to fill the void on the wing. Michael Olise. Currently starring for Bayern Munich, Olise is already Premier League proven thanks to his standout years at Crystal Palace. As a right winger with a lethal left foot, he is perhaps the most direct stylistic match for Mohamed Salah. His pedigree is undeniable. On his way to a Bundesliga title last season, he racked up 27 goal contributions in 34 matches. If the Liverpool hierarchy can entice him back to England, he would be the quintessential replacement for the Egyptian king. Potential departures: Federico Chiesa. Arne Slot's reluctance to utilize Chiesa remains a mystery to many. Despite consistently making an impact during his limited cameos or cup starts, the Italian international has found Premier League minutes hard to come by. Should he seek a move away, few fans would blame him, and rumors are already swirling regarding a potential return to Italy with Juventus. Mohamed Salah. Relations between Salah and Arne Slot have been strained since a public falling out in November 2025, which saw the forward claim he was thrown under the bus after being benched for 3 games. The outburst drew sharp criticism from Jamie Carragher, who labeled the comments a disgrace. While his time away at AFCON may have served as a cooling-off period, his future remains uncertain. Liverpool desperately need their talisman, but a departure in January or the summer remains a distinct possibility if the rift hasn't healed. Andy Robertson. The veteran left-back has confirmed that contract discussions are underway, but he is notably keeping his options open. With his current deal set to expire this summer, Robertson appears to be carefully weighing his next move before committing his final years to the club. Ibrahima Konate. While a January exit is improbable, Konate's contract situation is reaching a critical point. He has yet to sign an extension, and with his deal expiring this summer, he is eligible to negotiate a pre-contract agreement with overseas clubs. Though rumors previously linked him to Real Madrid, The Athletic reports that the Spanish giants have informed Liverpool they are not pursuing the Frenchman.
News headline: Arne Slot issues fiery response to Xabi Alonso question in Liverpool press conference. Liverpool boss Arne Slot was asked about rumors Xabi Alonso could be the club's next head coach following his departure from Real Madrid. Arne Slot has responded to rumors that Xabi Alonso could be lined up to replace him at Liverpool in the wake of the Premier League champions' disappointing campaign. The Dutchman guided Liverpool to the title in his maiden season at the helm after replacing Jurgen Klopp. However, Slot and co. have found things more difficult this season, and some supporters booed the team after they failed to beat struggling Burnley at the weekend. Alonso was heavily linked with the Reds' job when Klopp announced his intentions to leave the club in the summer of 2024, only for him to stay with Bayer Leverkusen. He joined Real Madrid the following summer, but was sacked last week after less than 7 months in charge of the Spanish giants. His availability has led to speculation he could step in at Anfield, something that was put to Slot in his pre-match press conference on the eve of Liverpool's Champions League clash with Marseille.
He called me, saying he will take over 6 months. No, 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 Slot replied. One of the weirdest questions I've ever got. What is there to say? I am working here for 18 months, and I like my work here. Won the league, struggled more this season, that is obvious. The boos, no, maybe I heard a few, but it wasn't a lot. But that is also normal, that when you draw v Burnley, no one is happy with that. But when the people went home, the emotions calmed down, maybe they thought it was too much.
News headline: Liverpool confirm Marseille squad as Mohamed Salah returns, but key player missing. News in details. Liverpool will head to Marseille for their Champions League clash with Mohamed Salah back amongst their ranks, but Ibrahima Konate will not travel with the squad. Liverpool have welcomed Mohamed Salah back to their squad as they head to Marseille for their penultimate Champions League fixture with their hopes still in their own hands. Despite a wobble earlier this season, the Reds are still among the sides poised to qualify for the knockouts, albeit it would go into the playoff stage as things stand. Liverpool have Salah back on Merseyside after he returned from the Africa Cup of Nations. The forward, who fell short with his country once again, took part in an open training session on Tuesday and will bolster Arne Slot's options ahead of their trip to the Stade Velodrome. He has been included in a 20-man traveling party that departed the John Lennon Airport on Tuesday afternoon. One man who wasn't present was Ibrahima Konate. The defender will not play in his homeland as things stand, but has already returned to France, with his absence attributed to a family issue. In his absence, Joe Gomez is likely to partner Virgil van Dijk at the heart of defense. Liverpool's squad included 3 goalkeepers, with Georgi Mamardashvili and Freddie Woodman providing cover for Alisson Becker. Teenagers Rion Gumoha and Trey Nioni are also included. The Reds continue to be without long-term absentees Alexander Isak, Connor Bradley, and Giovanni Leone. Isak was the most recent of those to find himself sidelined after getting injured at Arsenal. Isak was also injured in North London back when Liverpool won at Tottenham. Slot's side claimed a much-needed victory last time out as they downed Inter Milan late on the San Siro. They were awarded a controversial late penalty which Dominic Szoboszlai scored to land them all 3 points in Italy. The Hungarian has top-scored for Liverpool in Europe this season and will hope to set them up nicely for their final group clash against Qarabağ in a week's time. The Reds will be hot favorites to secure 3 points there, with automatic passage into the last 16 still a very realistic possibility. Should Van Dijk, as is expected, start in the south of France, that he would make his 350th Liverpool appearance. In doing so, he would become just the 50th man in Reds history to reach the landmark. Liverpool traveling squad for Marseille clash: Alisson, Gomez, Endo, Van Dijk, Kerkez, Wirtz, Szoboszlai, McAllister, Salah, Chiesa, Jones, Gakpo, Ekitike, Mamardashvili, Robertson, Woodman, Frimpong, Gravenberch.